All right, welcome world. My name is We Are Chosen, and you are in tune to another episode of Mom Sports.
Hey,
This is
hey,
the
hey.
show where I explain sports to my mom, my lovely mother. And speaking of her, how you doing, Mom?
I'm good. I'm good, Sensei. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It feels good. I love these winter Mondays where it's a little
You
colder.
do?
I like the winter a lot.
Okay.
So I prefer this kind of stuff. When the week's just getting started, you can bring in that like crisp, kind of chilly air.
Yeah.
It all feels right.
What's your favorite winter? Like, what do you like to eat in the winter? What's your favorite food that you like to eat in the winter?
I don't really switch up.
I know
I
you
don't
don't
really
eat
switch
chili
up.
like in the
I'll
summertime.
say it again.
Do you? I said, I know you don't eat chili in the summertime, or do you?
I eat what I want, what I want. You know, I'm
Okay.
that type of, but I can answer that question a little differently. There's
Okay.
the only, that I don't love soups. The only soup I really eat is whenever you make tortilla soup or whenever you make chili. I'm always into those things. And when I moved out of the house, that's one thing I miss for sure is the ability to not be able to get the curries, not be able to get the tortilla soups, not be able to get the chilies, the things my mom makes in the winter. So
Yeah.
I miss those things for sure.
I'll make you some, Chris. I'll make you some.
And that's a Mom Sports promise. Now-
You heard it first, guys. I'll make you some.
Mom,
That's a chicken tortilla soup.
what's your high for this week? Or
Um,
yeah, for this early Monday.
I'm starting school today. Today's my first day back in school.
Woo!
Yay, day one, first day of school. First day of school, like Nemo says. So I'm excited about that. I'm taking a communications class right now. So
You want to tell people where at, or you want to keep that to your private?
I don't care. I'm at Grand Canyon University. Not
We
putting
in
any plugs
Canyon.
in for them. Look,
We
I'm
in
not putting any plugs in for them. They're not paying me for this plug-in, but that's where I'm going.
Hey, let's go ahead and throw a little scholarship over here to Mom Sports.
Okay, yes. I think
Well,
that-
GCU, where all your Mom Sports dreams come true. See, it's right there. It's right there already.
right. Oh, fun fact. Do you know that we just did daylight saving time, right?
Mhm.
They don't do it.
In Arizona?
They do not.
Okay, so that means all your classes are. Wait, yeah. So if something was supposed to start at like 5, it starts at 4 now for you.
So this is how it works.
Or it
All our
falls back.
assignments, I'm gonna tell you, all of our assignments are due by midnight, right?
Mhm.
Well, before time went back an hour, I would have 2 hours to get my. So it's 2 o'clock my time. I would have to get my Central Standard Time. That I would have to get my assignment in. Now
Right.
that we did now that we did, I think fall back, I have to have it in at 1 o'clock a.m. my time now. Only get 1 hour.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still pretty good. But
Yeah.
speaking of time, and speaking of where we are, we live in what state, Mama, in the United States?
We're in Texas.
We're in Texas. And because of where we are in Texas, which is Austin, there is no sports team here except for UT
That's it.
and Austin FC, right? Which means a lot of people in Austin love every other sports team. There's a lot of Spurs fans. There's a lot. It's almost a Spurs town. But there's Houston Rockets fans, there's Astros fans, there's Cowboys fans, there's Texans fans, and my dad I think is a Mavericks fan, which but
What is it?
is a Mavericks fan.
What was that noise you made?
It's just yeah, no. Anyway, but that being said, right now in Texas, it's popping, Mom. It's low key.
It's popping.
Pretty cool right now because
Okay.
all the sports teams have like a star almost. Maybe Houston doesn't, but they have young players that are trying to become stars. Dallas has one of the best players in the league in Luka Doncic, and we'll do a Mom Sports about him soon because I think I'm going to turn this into just like what's going on with Texas kind of series.
I like that. Let's do that soon.
Yeah, there's a quarterback for the Houston Texans who's having a wonderful rookie season, and he's pretty much amazing. They got their guy, it looks like. And speaking of getting their guy, do you remember who we talked about for the San Antonio Spurs and their guy?
No.
Okay. Well,
refresh my memory, Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to. And the rest of the audience, welcome to Wemby's World. This is a Momsports presentation party. This is a party because there will be some trivia throughout the way. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what you get right and what you get wrong, Mom. You pop quiz. I know
it's too early for a test.
Nah, famously everybody loves tests. So why not give my mom one of them?
All right.
So
make it multiple choice.
Welcome to Wemby's World. If you remember one of our first episodes that never got put out because, we were still working out the kinks, we talked about the NBA draft. Do you remember that, Mom?
I do, yes. I remember.
Okay. Do you happen to remember some of the players from the NBA draft?
I'm sure I do. Once you refresh my memory.
Okay. So there was this tall dude, and when I say tall dude, I don't mean like 6'10". There's a tall dude named Wemby. Do you remember how tall he was?
I think he was like 7'2".
So according to the Spurs, he's 7'3".
7'3", okay. I was close.
7'3" meters. 7'3" and a half, actually, which is insane. So he was the first overall pick, not just because of how tall he was, but because of how long he was. He's a big dude. His hands were really long, extended his reach. He could move pretty fast, shoot the ball pretty well. He was doing stuff that we had just never seen from this body type before, right?
Right.
And I was like, Mom, what's crazy about this is that in any other year, Scoot Henderson, this guy right here, Scoot, would be number 3 in the league. But because Victor Wembanyama, this unicorn, is in the league, Scoot is not getting drafted first. Okay. And you were like, that's not that bad. He's fine. He's fine because he's still going to the NBA draft. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was wrong because in any other year, I said he would be drafted first. He was drafted 3rd. So he wasn't even took 2nd. But Brandon Miller was. And thus far, Brandon Miller has had a forgettable season. But they're only 6 games in. It's a young NBA season. So plenty of time. Then we have Scoot, right, who's having a bad time. He's not having a good time in the league. He's having the worst, like he's being the worst player on the floor sometimes. But he's young. He'll continue to grow. He was in high school 2 years ago. So, 3 years ago. So, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then, Mom, do you see Amen and Asur?
I do.
Do you notice anything particularly peculiar about them or their faces?
They kind of look alike to me.
That's right. Momsports and Momsports audience, they are twins. So they were drafted 4th and
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know too much about them, but they went to, so there have been like these different paths that people could go instead of college. And they went to play in this US based league called Overtime Elite. This is actually the first time, I believe, that all 5 or 4 out of 5 of the first 5 picks did not go to college. Only Brandon Miller went to college.
Okay.
Wemby played in the French National League. Scoot played for the G League, and then Amen Asur, like I said, Overtime Elite. But that was just a refresher course for you. See how much you kind of remembered. We are actually talking about Wemby time. So it's been 6 games. And the reason I decided to do this is if you could guess, why do you think I decided to do this, Mom?
Knew about Wemby time?
About just Victor Wembanyama. We've talked about him before. Why do you think we're going to talk about him again?
He's doing good things on the court. He's not the average 7'3" player. Like whenever you look at the player that's 7'3", you don't expect him to be as fast as he is and as good as he is. Is that correct?
That is an excellent reason why I would decide to do this again. However, if I could add to it, I would say that we are at the beginning of this man's career, right? He's played all of 6 games, if you don't count the preseason and summer league, in the NBA. And Mom, I think we're watching another one of the all-time greats, if I'm being honest.
I think so. Okay. How old is he?
I actually don't know that either. So let's see. But we're watching one of the all-time greats, and he's very young in his career. And so I want to encourage you. He's 19 years old, and they have him listed as 7'4" on Google. But I would encourage you, Mom. You can catch this man's whole career from start to end, and we live an hour from San Antonio.
We do. You want to go to the game, Chris?
Yeah, I would love to go to a game with you.
All right.
You saw how excited I got?
Chris, we got to make it happen.
Well, I've been to a Spurs game before, and basketball is actually one of the most watchable sports in person, I feel like. Maybe it's because I've been watching basketball games my whole life because I played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
But I don't like watching football games in person. I really don't enjoy that, like going to actual games. As much as I love football, but basketball, I love watching in person. And I think that just going to the Spurs arena would be an experience for you in general.
Yeah, we need to go see Wemby play. What number is he?
Yeah, he's number 1. He's number 1. Then you get to see Wemby play, and so you get to like he doesn't look like anybody else in the league either. There's like one other person for the Oklahoma City Thunder who looks like Wemby, and he was drafted. Can you guess what pick he was drafted at?
3.
He was a white dude who could shoot, and I think he's like 7 foot flat. His name is Chet Holmgren. He played basketball at a college in Washington. He's 21. He is 7'1". I'm going to show you Chet Holmgren real quick if possible. I think Chet's going to be actually really, really, really good. He was hurt all last year. But do I think he's going to be anywhere close to Victor Wembanyama? Probably not. Like it's just a different ball game. So this is Chet. Chet is 21. Like I said, he's 7'1". This is what he looks like. He's number 7. So he's playing first season this year. So he's a rookie this year. If we look at his last game, he played all 32 minutes of the game pretty much. He had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. So he had a pretty good game versus the Warriors.
Yeah, he did. What team is he playing for?
He plays for the OKC Thunder. What do you think of that name, Mom? Like OKC Thunder. What do you think of that name?
It's different. I'll just put it like that.
Okay, I know what that means because I grew up in the house with you. So I know what you mean when you say different. Here's Mom Sports Translator. She doesn't like it. So that's funny. A lot of people I've heard before that like the OKC Thunder are a minor league team brand, like they're the brand of like a minor league team moved just in the NBA. Like they shouldn't be in the NBA because they're weird. But nah, I understand. We'll talk about them too one day because I'm gonna make you a fan of some team. So but the Spurs would be a good one right now because of Wemby. And so let's talk about what's going on with the Spurs right now. So they are 3-3 currently, so they're 500. He's 6 games into his career. He has 2 30-point games, 1 30-point game. Okay.
Nice.
So 3 of his games, he scored over 20 points.
Okay.
His 30-point game happened against the Phoenix Suns. I want to ask you, Mom, I want you to guess, how long did it take for Wembanyama to get his first 30-point game?
How long did it take to get his first what?
30-point game.
He did it his third game.
Okay, he did it his third game. Now, it's been 6 games. Before I tell you how long it took Wembanyama to get his 30-point game, we're gonna just look at first to 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
First to 30. LeBron James took 17 games. How long did Kobe take?
Looks like that's a 54.
Okay, I asked you on the wrong one because that 8 is atrocious. He took 84 games. And for those of you out there that's like, how did you calculate this? I subtracted every game that Kobe didn't play. So only the games that he was active in his first season. And it took him almost a season and a half. There were like 10 games I had to take out before he got his 34 for first 30-point game. Durant did it in 17, so LeBron and Durant tied. Curry did it in 55 games, and then your boy Allen Iverson.
The first game,
he stepped up the plane. It was like first game. He was like, he stepped on the court. He was like, yeah, I'm scoring 30. I don't care how I do it. Allen Iverson was a special breed, but yeah, it took Wemby his 5th game.
5th game, okay.
38 points. He had 10 rebounds and he had 4 blocks.
That's
now,
nice.
Blocks are really hard.
He's 7'3", 7'4", Chris.
Yes, that is what's happening. Is he's 7'4" and he's very long. So we're gonna watch his first.
How many blocks did he have?
4. Yeah,
4. Yeah, that's
now,
good.
I'm gonna tell you about the Phoenix Suns real quick.
Okay.
They are we want to win the championship this year team. They're not scrubs. Kevin Durant's on this team. He has to get traded to this team. And this is his first year with the team. They already had a good team before. Well, is this his first year? I think this is his second or first. So last year it was like a half year with the Suns. This is his first year fully with the team.
Okay.
They traded for another star and they already had a star on that team. So they're like,
what's the star?
So the star on the team, his name is Devin Booker. He's light skinned and he's in his feelings a lot. I didn't mean to say those two things back to back, but that's just what's known about him. He's kind of a handful, but he's a shooting guard. He scores really good. He scored 80 before in a game. And then they have a good team. This is a team that is loaded with star talent. So we're gonna watch Wemby's first 30-point game. It's not super long, but we're gonna have to talk about it. And because we're on an audio medium as well. Remember, we're gonna have to talk through what's going on.
Okay. Tuesday.
All right, so there's Wemby. He's the tallest dude on the court.
Wembanyama up, kicks it into the corner to a Kogi, can't connect on the 3. Suns ice cold to start. Wembanyama sprints the floor, gets the.
All right, so we just watched the Wembanyama dunk. How do you feel when you see that dunk? Like
it was like he didn't have to make. It was effortless. That's how I felt.
Yeah, one of the things that I see when I'm watching him, I have the same feeling of just like, that's why it happened so soon. Is because he's just a cheat code around the rim.
Yeah, look at that.
He just gets in there, and you can't stop him easy.
But the thing about it is, he's a lightweight. Like, he's very slender. You would think that's probably why he's as fast as he is. But
yeah.
You would think that he would be easy to push around, but he holds it.
He holds the weight well. It looks like he's taking people off the dribble right now. Like,
I see that.
And that I'm not sure that would be a thing if he was Shaq's size. You know, like Shaq was a different kind of dominant because here comes another dunk, just dunking from almost the free throw line with nothing. Like Shaq was dominant because he was so big, you know what I mean? And he could throw his weight around. I think this is changing the league in a similar way.
How tall is Shaq? How tall is he?
Let me see. Shaq, I want to say he was also 7'3", but
okay,
I we can just look that up.
But he's very big.
7'1". Shaq is 7'1".
Seven
You know
what?
what though? That can't be right because I remember when Yao used to play against Shaq, I was like, yeah, Shaq is almost. Yeah. What'd you say?
You missed that last one. I'm watching. Go ahead. Tell me about Shaq.
No, tell me what happened.
He was just the team. I guess he's playing the Suns, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to shoot, and he jumped as high as the ball, almost went into and blocked it. It looked like he stopped it from going in.
Oh, was he at the rim?
Yeah, it was just effortless. He just looked like his feet barely left the ground.
He's a basketball machine. So that was the whole highlights. And Mom, I'm gonna let you go first. How do you feel having watched that now?
I'm gonna say I like the way he moves. He just watching him. He just makes it seem so easy. That's what he was born to do, play basketball. And it just seemed like he put very little effort into what he's doing. Just like when he dunked, it looked like his feet barely left the ground. I like him. I like Wemby, but I cannot pronounce his name. So we'll call him.
That's why people are shortening it to Wemby.
Where is he from?
He's from France.
But is he African American? Is he black?
He's. I want to say he's of. Actually, I don't know. I think I wanted to say Nigerian, but I could be wrong. Let me just look.
I'm asking you all these questions, huh?
But no, that's fine. That's what this show's for. But Mom, did you watch Tim Duncan play a lot?
Tim?
Mm-hmm.
He played for the Spurs, right?
Mm-hmm. He's Congolese. His father Felix was Congolese.
I didn't watch him a lot. I didn't watch the Spurs a lot.
Okay. Well, Tim was called the big fundamental. That was his thing, right? And the reason I'm bringing him up now is because his fundamentals were so tight. Like they were just so. He wasn't a flashy player, but he would just score because he had the game in him. He was basically.
He had a good foundation, you know.
Right. He's what I called Wembanyama, a basketball machine. And I think the Spurs somehow, some way got another one that's like that. Like if you think of all the Spurs stars, like David Robinson, Tim Duncan, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kawhi Leonard, they're all players who aren't very big personalities, but the city of San Antonio embraces that. They love that. The dudes who are about ball and they play well because they're about ball. And it seems like that's what we have, So hopefully I can take you out there and we can see some Wemby games.
I think I'm gonna look into it. I want to see when they're playing home again. We need to do that, Chris. No, we need to make it happen.
Yeah, the tickets are going to be more expensive than they were 2 years ago, which is when I went.
Why? Because of Wemby?
Because of Wemby, yeah. Yeah. Back then they didn't have a draw, but now they do. And so right now what's going on in the NBA, and I wanted to talk to you about this, but we got to go, is a in-season tournament.
Okay.
So we'll see if we can catch the Spurs. I think they won. So we'll see if we can catch the Spurs when they play in the in-season tournament and talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
But and you want to send us out and before I put in my plugs?
I thought we were supposed to do a trivia.
Oh, that was the trivia. The trivia was how many games and
okay. I did good.
Yeah, that was the trivia.
All right. Well, I like Wemby so far. I'm Team Wemby right now, Chris. So that's a good thing because I don't think I've ever been Team anybody yet. You know what I'm saying? So right now,
Team Brett Favre.
Well, I'm talking about since we did Momsports.
Oh, okay.
I sure wasn't Team the guy we did last week. What was his name?
Man, Jimmy Butler. Come on, Mom. He's good.
I was not Team Jimmy Butler. Woo! No, that was you. That was you. But I am right now. I'm Team Wemby. I definitely want to see him play again, and so it's good. Yeah.
Wemby tried to fight his coach last week. I just wanted to let you know.
You see my face? Why you mess it up?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nobody.
He didn't try to fight his coach.
No.
Oh boy, I was about to say. Okay.
I was just messing with you.
Well, guys, y'all tune in next time on Mom Sports.
Okay.
I'm Mama Sensei.
And I am We Are Chosen. You can follow me at We Are Chosen on Instagram or on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can see some more Mom Sports. We out of here with Mother Sporters. Love you.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Put in the comments how you like Mom Sports so far. Drop down the comments. Show us some love. We'll see you next time.
We out.